Hello everyone, my name is Tim Squalo and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And guys, unfortunately 2023 is not beginning with anything good. Unfortunately, the current DCG situation has just taken a very bad turn. So without any further ado, let's just get into this because you really need to know these things, because this is, as I mentioned previously last year, that this could be a negative catalyst event for the Bitcoin price to move actually lower, because it affects Grayscale and the Bitcoin fund that they have, and they're holding more than 600,000 Bitcoin. So we're gonna get to this and how what I'm about to show you could actually affect Grayscale. And it actually paints a very grim picture as to the fact that we could see a very bad outcome out of all of this. So unfortunately, let's just get into this. Technically, Bitcoin, just quickly, nothing much is really happening. We're still in the same kind of a side move. As I told you before, that this is what we could be potentially expecting. We're narrowing our resistance here at about $17,000. But just technically, quite frankly, there is nothing much to see. What we want to pay attention to currently is macroeconomics, fundamentals, and news. So let's start with this thing right here. So first things first, and this is just a small thing, just a taste of what's to come in the next tabs, so to speak. So demand for arbitration has been filed against Genesis Global, so DCG, a firm that is accused of orchestrating a sham transaction. So if you don't know what sham transaction is, please Google it, because otherwise my videos are going to take far too long. So a sham transaction, a demand for class arbitration in a case that pits actually 3 Gemini Earn users against Genesis Global Capital, so basically Genesis, and its parent company DCG. A Genesis Global Trading has been filed with the American Arbitration Association, according to a statement released by Silver Golub and Tatel, the law firm representing the claimants. GGC and related entities are accused of breaching the terms of the so-called master agreement. And Genesis Global is also accused of selling unregistered securities, which is something we've already talked about. So what is most painful right now, and I'm going to explain at the end of the video, it's all going to make sense, I promise. I'm going to explain exactly why this is so important, what this whole thing actually means. So Winklevoss says, one of the owners of Gemini, so they're 2 twin brothers, says that crypto broker Genesis is negotiating in bad faith, and DCG itself. So remember that DCG is a big $10 billion conglomerate that also owns Genesis, Gemini, Grayscale, etc. So on January the 2nd, Cameron, who founded crypto exchange Gemini with his twin brother, on Monday, which is yesterday, accused DCG CEO Barry Silbert of bad faith stall tactics and asked him to commit to resolving $900 million worth of disputed customer assets by January 8th. So he wrote a big letter, which we're going to take a look at in just a second, and why it's important. And there are some huge accusations in there which spell trouble for the whole thing right now, quite frankly. And before we dig any deeper, guys, remember, if you want to be trading all these news and stuff, then number one, join my free Discord channel. Down in the description of this video there is a link so that you see all of my trades as well as the trades of my team. And also you need an exchange that you can trust, that doesn't have any FUD about it, and also has full proof of reserves. Then there is also a link down in the description of this video as well as in the pinned comment to BitGet. And if you use my link to join BitGet, you're going to get incredible cash back on your trading fee. So even if you're a break-even trader, you're going to see this kind of cash back in dollars back into your spot account every time you open a trade. So even if you're a break-even trader, you'll still make money at the end of the day. And also you can get up to $8,000 in initial deposit bonuses only if you're going to use my link down below, and all these bonuses as well. So pause the video, take a look at the bonuses, and then you'll see that BitGet is doing really a good job for their customers right now, and that's why I'm supporting them, and I'm personally trading on BitGet as well, so join them. So now let's move on to and dig deeper into this, and then I'm going to explain exactly how this is going to affect crypto and why this could actually affect Grayscale. So Gemini, basically Genesis has, we remember that Genesis has halted customer withdrawals in November of last year, and as of right now there is no resolution. And this is just a small taste for why this is bad, because there is no resolution. And Winklevoss brothers are pissed right now, honestly. Right now they're saying that it's becoming clear that you have been engaging in bad faith stall tactics, addressing the CEO of DCG. We are asking you to publicly commit to working together to solve this problem by January 8th. So they are basically placing like an ultimatum that by January 8th there has to be a resolution. So at least they're putting some kind of a timeline on this from all the, all the stuff this could be be considered positive. Winklevoss wrote that DCG owned Genesis, and this is important right now, $1.675 billion, which was the money the Genesis in turn owed to their own users and other creditors, adding this mess is entirely of your own making. So they're blaming DCG. Why is this bad to begin with? That one is blaming one, the other one is blaming the other, and it just seems that there is no resolution inside. So this is number one. But number two is that certainly if, for example, DCG would own 1.675 billion to Genesis, then this could be a very simple resolution. Just give the money and that's it. But only if they would actually have the money. So, and right now, what we are seeing a response from Silbert, which said that DCG never missed any interest payment to Genesis and is current on all loans outstanding. And Silbert said, adding that DCG delivered a proposal to Genesis and Winklevoss advisors on December 29th. I did not receive a response. So DCG is now blaming Winklevoss brothers that supposedly they gave a response on the 29th but did not hear back, like it's a kindergarten. And they say that they don't owe them anything and never missed an interest payment and they have all loans outstanding. So who is the idiot here? And the thing is, and you know, the fact that we even have this kind of a childish conversation already makes this situation very bad. Why? So here is the letter that was written by the Cameron Winklevoss and to Barry Silbert, an open letter, which is very important with all the details. You can find it on Twitter of Cameron Winklevoss if you wanted to. But what's interesting for us are a few things that I want to really mention. Number one, here is a response from Barry Silbert, and he says right here that DCG did not borrow 1.675 billion from Genesis, that again Genesis never missed any interest, blah blah blah. But then Cameron responds to this and he says, here you go again, stop trying to pretend that you and DCG are innocent bystanders that had nothing to do with creating this mess. It's completely disingenuous, or in the other words, completely disgusting. So this is most important part, guys. So how does DCG owe Genesis 1.675 billion if it didn't borrow the money? All right, that promissory note. And this is just putting the last nail in the coffin of any credibility of DCG and Barry Silbert, because what is a promissory note is a signed document containing a written promise to pay a stated sum to a specified person on the bearer at a specified date or on demand. So this guy is just pretending like nothing is happening, like they really don't owe any money. So he's just lying outright. And that's why, you know, Cameron and Winklevoss brothers, they want to find a solution for this, and they're coming to to DCG and saying, give us 1.6 billion that you owe us, and we'll just pay our creditors, and it all will just end. And they're just, you know, refusing to actually see this through. They're refusing to respond. They're refusing to just come out there. As they're saying in this letter right here, that they're actually hiding behind lawyers. And you know what this means when they're hiding behind lawyers? It means they either don't have money or they don't want to pay, or most likely they just don't have any money. They don't have a solution. And why is this bad? Well, before I tell you exactly what this whole thing really means, I want you to pay attention to one important part right here, which is in this paragraph. And here Winklevoss actually accuses DCG and Barry Silbert in actually engaging in commingling of funds. If you don't know what commingling of funds means, it's basically misappropriating funds or using funds in a wrong way of your creditors and mixing it with your personal funds, whatever. Something similar to what FTX, Sam Bankman actually did. So it's not lost on all of us that you started your career as a bankruptcy restructuring associate, and it's not lost on all of us that you've been working desperately to try and firewall DCG from the problems you created at Genesis, and you should dispense with this fiction, because we all know that you know that DCG and Genesis are beyond commingled, etc. So this is like an accusation on top of a very nasty accusation already. So, and why does all of this matter, guys and girls? Because if in reality DCG doesn't have the money to pay back, and they will have to actually start doing it at some point, because it cannot just drag on forever. It's been already since November. And one of the bad things is that we've already seen some of the tokens actually dumped that are in the holding of DCG, but we already know that DCG owns Grayscale, and Grayscale has a lot of crypto. This Grayscale fund is already trading at a like 50 or 55% discount from its spot Bitcoin price that it's holding. So people are just fleeing it, thinking it's gonna just go under and dump. And if it's gonna dump, guys, 600,000 Bitcoin, even in batches, this is going to certainly affect the Bitcoin price. It's not gonna go to zero, obviously, but it certainly could give us another leg down, just like all the leg downs that we've been seeing, like this consolidation leg down, consolidation leg down, consolidation leg down, consolidation leg down, another consolidation, and potential disruption of the whole DCG business in Grayscale, and another leg down to the area of our potential bottom, as I've said, actually, my previous prediction of $12,000 to $14,000, at the worst about $10,000. This could be that catalyst, and right now this whole situation is not getting any better at all, unfortunately. Guys and girls, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm going to keep you updated, so subscribe, hit that notification bell. Check out this tutorial that I've done for you so that you know how to trade Bitcoin properly in a smart way with proper risk and money management. It's a very good tutorial that you should watch. As always, peace and love. Thomas Krallo. Stay smart, stay rich, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.